All right, so what is your name?
Madison Pearson.
All right, so question number 1, how do you define your gender?
Female.
How do you define your sex?
So like what, straight? Yeah, straight.
How do you describe other identity categories, such as racial, ethnic identities, disability, veteran status, eating habits, religious affiliations, etc., and that you would consider important to you?
Disability, religious, and veteran.
Okay. How do you express this identity?
By respecting those different qualities, and upholding the values of them, I suppose.
Okay. So how long have you identified as the veteran, disability, or religious?
Oh, religion since I was 12, so the past 8 years. Veteran my whole life because of my dad being in the military, and then disability for the past year.
What is the first memory you have involving recognition that there even was a gender?
When I was little and I didn't understand that I couldn't be in the bathroom while my brother used the restroom.
Okay. What was the first recognition of your own gender? Like that you knew you were female.
I don't know, I wasn't really a thought, it was kind of like a knowledge. You just knew.
Did you know other people or queer people at the time when you started discovering your gender? And how have other people affected your journey of gender discovery?
I didn't really know anyone until I was in probably junior high. It wasn't really too much of a conversation because everyone was so young. But I mean, it hasn't really had too much of an effect on me. It's just kind of, you do your own thing, I do my own thing, kind of.
Okay. If not through other people of variant gender identities, how did you learn about different genders? Like you could take that as an example of, did people clarify this is for boys, this is for girls, that is boy toys only, girl toys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like going to McDonald's, I'd get so ticked off sometimes because I really wanted the Hot Wheels car and not the little Barbie because it was a stupid toy, and but it was frowned upon because one's for a girl, one's for a boy, or I can't like blue because I'm a girl, but I just like pink even though I hate pink, and things like that.
So that's how you learned about it, the difference?
Yeah, just growing up and being told you can only do one thing instead of whatever you want.
So would you say your gender is static, and why do you think this is, and has it changed over time?
Static is in some days this, some days that.
Yeah, you can take it as that.
No, I'm not really static. I mean, I'm pretty chill, but I'm not static.
All right. What life events, if any, do you think had a major impact on your gender?
I mean, if anything, it was never really too much of a question, but being raised in a military home, you kind of told what you can and cannot be. So it was never really a question, but if it ever would have been, it would have been shut down.
Okay. Is your gender an important identity for you? Why or why not?
I guess so, because it's just who I am. But I'm pretty determined, pretty stubborn, no matter if I was a different gender. So.
Do you think sexual and romantic attraction plays a part in your gender expression or gender identity, and how?
I'm just not attracted to anything but a male, so I guess that would be considered a part of my gender identity. But other than that, I don't really know.
Do you think cultural norms play a part in your gender expression, gender identity, and how?
Honestly, no, because cultural norms are more of you should experiment and test out the waters of everything, and I more so shy away from that. So
Okay. So as a kid, they're told only blue is for boys, girl is for pink, like gender reveal parties. You don't think that plays an effect into it?
I mean, yeah, I guess it could. I just never really put too much of a thought in it for things such as that.
Okay. Tell me about how you define your religion, spirituality, and lack of thereof, if any of those, and does this relate to your gender identity and how?
I'm incredibly religious, so I think that does play a huge role because I believe in what the Bible says about gender and things like that. So I mean, it plays a gigantic role on everything. Like I wouldn't want to knowingly go against what God says is right and what God says is wrong.
Have you ever dealt with discrimination, harassment as a result of your gender identity? And if so, could you describe some of those experiences?
Yeah, I mean, I have, because in a nutshell, something happened with sexual assault being a female, and it was kind of ignored because it had to do with gender and not the basic norms of it. So I mean, that's the only thing I can relate to.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any kind of mental health issues related to or separate from your gender identity? And did you seek treatment? And what problems, successes did you encounter?
No, I didn't have anything.
Okay. What advice would you give to counselors and therapists, social workers working with trans, queer, etc. folks?
Just to be open and to be supportive in their time of questioning and there's much understanding on what's going on in their life. That's one thing I have to say about it.
What do you think is important to increase knowledge and acceptance of trans identities? And what systematic personal goals do you have for trans, etc. folks and their rights, if any?
I mean, it's really not on my mind too much because I'm coming in contact with it very often. But I mean, I'm all for equal rights and just treating people the way that they have to be treated. I mean, that's how I want to be treated, no matter my gender or not.
And last question, any final thoughts you would like to add about gender?
Be who you believe you should be and just go like that. That's all I got to say about it.
All right. Thank you.